Welcome to Imperfect Momming. Our children are constantly looking to us for examples. The term role model doesn't quite cut it here. We are shaping their worldview with every move we make. You see, it's not in the lectures we give or moments where we are actively attempting to teach them. It's in the micro movements we make, the unconscious ways in which we navigate life. We are constantly teaching our children how to show up for themselves, their friends, their future partners, and even their future children. So what can we do to ensure we are raising thoughtful, compassionate, self-aware human beings? We have to become them ourselves. No one is perfect, but we can still all be better, and it starts with self-healing. Let's get to it. Welcome back to Mom Happy Hour. And if you're listening on the podcast, welcome to Imperfect Momming. So today is the first day of spring break for my household. Xander is still sleeping. I kind of slept in a little bit. I woke up at my normal 5 a.m. time. And then I felt like, oh, I just want to go back to sleep. And so I went back to sleep, and it was amazing because I was listening to my body. And I love when school is out because as much as I enjoy taking my son to school, I really, really enjoy not having to get up and get dressed and rush out the door. Because all of my work is in the house. So it's nice to just kind of chill and relax. And I have my new mug that I got at, I think it was TJ Maxx. Make time for joy if you're not watching the video. And yesterday I bought my very first international plane ticket. So I'm going to Canada at the end of the month, and I was so excited that it's only $300 round trip. Not flying out of my city, because when you fly out of my city, you double it. But I'm flying out of LAX, and I'm just really excited to go somewhere again. I haven't been out of California, since probably 2019. Maybe I've been to Nevada, maybe I've been to Oregon, but I really haven't been. No, I know I went to Oregon, but I really haven't been anywhere in the last 4 years. And I don't think I went anywhere in 2019. I think I went to Texas in 2018. But I don't know that I've been out of California for a while. So this is exciting to not only be out of California, but I'm going to get my first stamp on my passport. So, and there's a little bit of, there's a lot of excitement about it, and there's a little nervousness because I'm going to be gone for 10 days. Normally when I leave for a week or so, it's not school time, so I don't need to have anybody take Xander to school or pick him up or whatever. And so this time there's people I need to depend on, mostly my boyfriend and my boyfriend's mom, my mother-in-law, to take care of him. And I have no doubt about their capability for taking care of him. They are very capable, and he loves them and they love him, and there's nothing that I'm afraid of about that. There's a lot of unknowns sometimes with my boyfriend's job. So those are the things that give me a little twinge about leaving, because I'm kind of used to the unknowns. my boyfriend and I have been together for 8 years. He's had his current job at least for the last 6, and it's not a regular schedule. He starts work at most days at 8:30. I would say 90% of the time he starts work on time, at the normal time. But when he gets off is a mystery to everybody. It's just whenever the work gets done for the day, or when they can kind of put a pause on the work for the day, that's what they do. And that's fine when I'm here to take care of my son. It puts a lot of pressure and unknown on my mother-in-law because she's not used to that. And she doesn't live with us. And so we're going to have to, figure out what to do in those possible scenarios. And 100%, that is not my strong suit. When I'm in it, I know how to pivot. When I'm not in it and I'm the observer on the outside, I don't know how to tell someone how to pivot. So we're going to get together and brainstorm some if this, then this scenarios, because I want this week to be, as stress-free for everyone else as it is going to be for me, because I'm going to Canada to have, to spend some time with a friend of mine, and to get some more coaching skills, as well as some more depth of my own healing. And that's a pretty stress-free environment for me, and I'd like to create that for everyone else. So that kind of brings me to what I wanted to talk about today was worrying, because when we worry, we suck the joy out of the present. I heard the other day that when we worry, it's just trying to control the future. And really the only thing that we have control over is this moment right now. What we do and how we feel in this moment is what we have control over. And a lot of times, if you're not used to controlling how you feel, it doesn't feel like you have control over how you feel. And so then you only feel like you have control over what you do. And to an extent, you don't have control over how you feel, but you can shift how you feel. So yesterday I was in kind of a bad mood, and I turned on my favorite playlist on YouTube Music, and I just sang along. And I specifically have created this playlist because music is the thing for me that shifts my mood. So I know that music shifts my mood. When I hear a song that I know has the capability of shifting my mood, I will turn that, I will add that to the playlist. And then when I need to shift my mood, I'll put the playlist on. And it's a lot of songs that I've listened to at live events, and that I have memories attached to. And so that's how I shift my mood. And that's why I also believe that we have control over how we're feeling. So when we are worrying about the future, there's a statistic also that says that 90%, I don't know the exact numbers, 90% of statistics are made up anyway. So like 90% of the things that we worry about don't come true. They don't happen. And then the 10% that do happen are rarely as bad as we thought they were going to be. And like I said, that it just, worrying just sucks the joy out of the present moment. So, my dad had cancer for 11 years, and it would show up, and then they would do something, and then it would go away. He'd be in remission, and then it would show back up again, and then they would do something and he'd be in remission. And that happened at least 3 times. And the first 2 times that happened, I started really worrying about my dad dying. And I was experiencing his death before he died. And the last time it happened, there was a different feeling that I had, where I knew that this was it. Like, this was the time. And when that happened, of course I cried. But I probably cried for maybe 5 minutes. And then I thought, okay, what am I going to do? My dad probably has 6 months to a year to live. And from the moment that his numbers were rising, from that moment to the moment that he died was 6 months. And so I knew that he had 6 months to a year to live from that moment. All of my brothers and I and my sister and my stepmom, we all went to a baseball game together, because that was his absolute favorite thing, was to go see the Dodgers. And that was a phenomenal game, where it was, the Dodgers won, but the pitcher, it was almost a no-hitter. I'm not a big baseball fan. I love the Dodgers because my dad loved the Dodgers, but that's about it. And it was a no-hitter for, I think they hit one, they hit the ball once, but they didn't score. So, but that pitcher got like 300 no hits in a row or something. He had he got some kind of what's the word I'm looking for, record in that game. So it was the most exciting baseball game I'd ever been to, we'll put it that way. And it was really cool to have my siblings there with my dad and doing something that he loved, that made him feel special. And then I made time and space in my calendar to go and see him once a week by myself, and then once a week with my son. And we ended up starting and reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which was my dad's favorite book. But the difference between the previous times and this time was my knowing that this was the end, and doing what I had done in the past, so that, I felt really guilty when my dad's mom died, because I had stopped visiting her. And so when she passed, I decided I didn't like this feeling, and I only had one grandparent left, and I'm not going to have this feeling again. And so when my mom's mom passed, I didn't have that feeling, because I made the plan to, whenever I could, go see her. Whenever I had a chance, I would go and see her. And anytime she asked me to do something, I would take her and do it. If she didn't drive, so I would be her chauffeur a lot. And I loved spending that time with her. I absolutely loved spending that time with her. And so when she passed away, that I didn't have that same guilty feeling for not spending the time with her. So all of this is kind of coming up because we're spreading his ashes on Good Friday, which is this Friday. And we're all getting together and going to Monterey to do that, because that was one of his favorite places in the world. So I think there's a difference between worrying and planning. There's nothing that worrying is going to solve for you. Absolutely nothing. Worrying is only going to create stress and anxiety and suck away the joy and the of the present moment. But we can make plans to help ease the worry, because the worry may be there. We're going to worry about our kids. That I don't know that that's possible to turn off. From what I've understood, you worry about your kids indefinitely. But as I don't identify as a worrier, I want to plan for my kid. I want to plan for his future. I want to plan for his present. And it's a shift. It's a different way of looking at it. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, I would love for you to pass it along to any other moms that you know. I haven't ever asked, probably since the beginning of the podcast, to like and subscribe. But it really does do wonders for a podcast when you like and subscribe to the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe on YouTube. It does wonders there as well. The goal is to reach more moms so that moms are hearing, positive messages. So I appreciate you being here today, and for you listen every time you listen. It just warms my heart. And there'll be another episode of Imperfect Momming podcast next Thursday, and we'll be here live again on Monday, probably from Monterey. So until then, guys, keep healing. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Imperfect Momming. It's time for us to step up and realize that our power is not in trying to shape our children. Our power lies in shaping ourselves into the people we want our children to model themselves after. Don't just do it for your kids. Do it for yourself. When you become a more self-aware, compassionate, and confident person, you and everyone around you benefit. For more information about me and my work, visit AliciaLyons.com. That's ALYSIALYONS.com. See you next time.